Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. In the series of pattern printings, in our previous videos, we have solved so many pattern printing problems. In this video, we will be solving this particular pattern printing problem using for loop and also using string multiplication. If you don't know about string multiplication, watch my video about pattern printing 1 where I have explained clearly about string concatenation and also string multiplication. So let's go ahead and solve this particular problem using for loop and string multiplication. So if you carefully observe this pattern here we are not only having single pattern but we are having two different patterns here. One is upward triangle and another one is downward triangle. What we will be doing is that we will generate this upward triangle and downward triangle and combine both of these triangles so that we can actually get this particular pattern. So let's go ahead and create upward triangle. So for that reason, initially what I will be taking is that I will take a variable rows to know how many number of rows that we wanted. Initially, I will give a static value with 5. So later we can change this value dynamically based on the user input. Now what we will be doing is that I will be using for loop for I in range. I wanted to generate a range of values from 1 to these rows. How many number of rows I have? So I wanted to generate those many rows. So if you don't know about this range function, I have explained about this range function and how we can create this range function. You can watch that video and understand clearly about this range function. So by using this range function, we can actually create a range of values. If I print the value I here, I can able to get the range of values from 1 to 5. So now I wanted to replace this value with these stars. So for that what I will be doing is that I will use string multiplication so I can actually get this particular pattern which is of this. So now I will give a star here. So I will multiply this star with this particular value I. If I execute this, I can able to get the result of this particular pattern which is of this, which is of upward triangle, something like this. So now what I will be doing is that I will generate this downward pyramid, downward triangle and combine these two triangles so that I can get the whole pattern like this. So for that what I will be doing is that I will create one more for loop for j in range. Now in this range function I wanted to generate a range of values from 5 till 1. So for that reason, I will use rows to 0 on each iteration. I wanted to decrement the value 1 because of the reason I have mentioned the value as -1. So by using this range function, by mentioning this, we can actually generate a range of values from 5 till 1. So now if I print the values j, I am able to get this particular values as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we will replace this particular j value with stars so that we can actually get the pattern, right? So I am mentioning star and I am multiplying this star with this value j. If I execute this, I can able to get the similar pattern but not exactly the same pattern. Here, if you observe carefully, we are having this particular stars which is a 5 stars repeated two number of times. In actual pattern, we have only single 5 stars. So to remove this either of these two stars, we can actually generate the exact pattern here. So for that, what I will be doing is that here, if you carefully see this downward pyramid, here I am starting the values from 5. So instead of starting with 5, if I start with 4, I can able to get the exact pattern, right? So for that reason, I am mentioning rows minus 1. By mentioning this rows minus 1, I am starting with 4. Initially, I have rows 5. By mentioning rows minus 1, I will start with 4. If I execute this, so I can able to get the exact pattern that is what we have expected here. So I hope you have understood this particular logic to generate this pattern. So initially we have taken rows to generate how many number of rows we wanted. So later we have used this particular for loop to generate upward triangle and this for loop to generate downward triangle. By combining this both of these, we have generated the exact pattern. So now what I will be doing is that I will take input from the user so that based on the user input, we will generate the pattern. So for that, I am using input. I am asking user to enter any number. So if I execute this, so it was asking me to enter any number. If I give 5, I am getting this particular result here. So that is what we have expected. So now I will give some other number. Let's say I am giving the number as 8. If I give the 8 number, I am getting the similar pattern with with the input 8. Now what I will be giving is that I will give some big number. Let's say I am giving 21. So if I execute this, I can able to get the pattern which is of exactly same pattern of what we expected with the input to 21. So like this, we can generate this kind of pattern with any input given by the user. So by using this logic, I hope you have understood this logic. So in the next video, what we will be doing is that we will generate this pattern using the similar logic here. So if you can write the logic for this pattern, comment your solution in the comment section. So anyway, we will discuss this logic in our next video. To stay updated, subscribe to this channel and hit the notifications to all so that whenever I upload any video, you will get the notification. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.